but her father Otto is like
Dude,
trying to talk her off the ledge.
Grandpa Otto Hightower is in straight PR mode. Listen, hello, okay, I know you're sad about the kid, right? But let's just put him on display.
Yep.
And while we're marching to the funeral, we'll just shout out, this is what that Rhaenyra did. Check her out. This is her dirty work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of the Recap and Record podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy. That's my co-host Los, and we're back for another episode of House of the Dragon because it aired last night and it was crazy, Los.
What's up, crazy, buddy? Man. It was crazy. I seen some people, on social media wishing that there was a little bit more action, but I'm like, nah, man. Like, this Game of Thrones, the action be in the dialogue too, man. Yeah. And there was enough for me. There was enough for me. Yeah. I like this episode.
Yeah,
man.
Like this episode. And there was a lot of the dialogue, a lot of B-roll in this episode. I noticed just kind of a lot of instrumental kind of background, just setting tone, setting scene, a lot in this episode. But just even, just kind of appreciate the cinematography of the show a little bit there in the scoring as well. So I just have my notes split between the houses here.
Okay.
And so I guess is that we'll never figure out a format for this show. But we'll just do it.
I just try to go chronological order, of what I see, and then because sometimes that could be a little bit, But I guess the first thing I had is just the aftermath of the murder, and then I got a lot of bullet points. So that's where we kind of start the episode, and we do meet some character, just real quick because this is so secondary, and we might not see whatever, but the boy Alan of Hall, right? So I was looking at, I was like, who the hell, who is he, whatever? Because then he has a brother, Adam. Right. Well, in lore, he's a Valerian. This Alan guy. Okay. And so then but it's kind of confusing because when you read stuff and you're like, oh, he had kids to this person. So I'm like, when did that happen? Whatever. So it's a little bit confusing. And another reason why it's confusing is because the Valerians are not black in the real story. You know what I mean? So that's not a thing. So I'm looking why is this dude? Because if you see a picture of Alan of Hall, it's a white man. Whatever. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I got to get that out of my head. They did that kind of just for this show. Got it. But so I kind of don't really understand his role and what, because they showed them enough. They showed him and the brother enough that they have some role. Right. And I didn't know that's his. Is that? I think that's Corliss's son.
It's
supposed to be. It's supposed to be Corliss's son.
So I thought I'm confused about that whole scene too. I just assumed that they would tell us more about who the brother was and why he wanted Corliss's help and what he owes us. He owes us this big favor. You saved his life. It is. Are you going to stay on the ship with him? Let's get a contract going. Let's figure out our place. In the line of the family here, and then just him picking shells up on the beach watching dragons. I'm not sure. I think
me neither. But Game of Thrones, they don't show people unless they have a reason to be there. Yeah. So that's why I'm what is this about? So
we'll figure. We'll figure it out. I'll look it up. We'll do something. That's the one question we'll leave hanging. We'll ask. Ask Twitter.
But aftermath of the murder, man.
So, bro, you asked it last week, man. You asked what the why? What are they doing there? The head. They took the head. The head. They took the head.
Yes. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. They decapitated young boy.
Let's just, can we talk about how he got caught? He got caught with it.
Yes.
And so, hey man, listen, you have to assume that they are going to find that.
Yes.
And it's probably best. Why wouldn't it be best if they did not find it on you as a person? Like, why would you not maybe just, I don't know, leave it or put it over there or not anywhere near? Like, why would you have the direct piece of evidence that puts you in that situation? Like, so, okay, so you're just an idiot, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's where we're at. And you know,
so I declare war. That's Aegon starts it off and it's like, I declare war. He's shouting it to top of his lungs, and he's having a conniption. I mean, he's having a fit, like, which rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because now it's real. Now we're realizing, like, oh, this warfare is dirty. Like because this is unprecedented. This type of act. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing to get Aemond, but like, he's an innocent, just like Alicent was, like, grieving and with her dad, and Alicent is blaming herself. You know what I mean? So she's taking the blame, but her father Otto is like,
dude, Otto,
trying to talk her off the ledge.
Grandpa Otto Hightower is in straight PR mode. Okay, we need.
I wrote that down too.
We need to spin this, babes. Listen, hello. Okay,
he's definitely giving his bet. Like, he's not as tough as Tywin, but he's definitely this like, series Tywin Lannister. He's Tywin Lannister.
Dude, it's like, hey, listen, I know you're sad about the kid, right? But let's just put him on display. And while we're marching to the funeral, we'll just shout out, this is what that bitch Rhaenyra did. Check her out. This is her dirty work. This is what Rhaenyra. Are you insane? What do we? Like, straight up PR firm. And like, obviously the little boy king just wants to go to war, right? And he doesn't understand who it was. And of course, Lars to the rescue. Lars Strong to the rescue. He finds everybody he needs to find. And so then we cut straight to Helena. And so watching this episode, fam, I don't think anything she said was necessarily a clue, but if you did catch when she almost, before she had her nervous breakdown, like the close-up of the glimmer of the stuff, and then they did the same thing with Rhaenyra in a scene, so I don't know if that had a connection or not. Okay. That's the one thing I did notice in reference to Helena and just maybe her, whatever, abilities or mental state. And so just forcing her through that funeral that it just doesn't seem like she really just even wanted to do. Probably the most normal we've seen her.
Yes, for sure. And that's a normal reaction, and I would be freaking out too, like, because she did not want to participate in this. Nobody, Aegon, Alicent, Helena, they were like, yo, we not for this. But it speaks to what we said last week, right? In the sense of, yo, both of these houses do not have, they're about to go to war, but they don't have their shit in order, because you got Aegon freaking out. He's planting seeds of doubt. He has all these seeds of doubt, and he's like, fuck protocol, Grandpa. You know what I mean? Like, no, we gotta kill this guy. We gotta kill this guy. And and he's asking the right questions. Where the fuck were you at, Criston Cole? Where were you, Criston Cole?
What's up? What up, pimp? Where you at? Hey,
where were you,
bitch?
Dude. Now I'm like, yeah, you're right. It can be anybody, because we don't necessarily need to. It can be anybody. Dude. So it might have been one of y'all motherfuckers. Like, what we talking about here?
All right, guys, listen. We couldn't do season 2 of this podcast without bringing some extra friends along. So we have incredible news. We have partnered with Central PA's newest business opening here in the Camp Hill area. It's called Fantasy Axe Throwing, okay? These guys are a perfect match for what we are doing right now, because they're not just your typical axe throwing place with the modern lanes with chains and everything. It's just every room is a different theme. They've got their enchanted forest, they've got their Vikings room, they've got their warlock's lair, and they've got their king's castle. You can sit in the Iron Throne itself in the king's castle. So, you know what I mean? Whether you're the king or whether you think it's Rhaenyra, like, whoever wants to sit in the throne has to do so at Fantasy Axe Throwing. So what we have done is we've partnered with them, Los, and we've got a promo code. Okay. So
Okay.
if you go to their website to book any hour of throwing on Sundays, that House of the Dragon is on. So if you book your Sunday appointment at Fantasy Axe Throwing, get it done in the evening, then head home for the 9 o'clock premiere of each week's episode. If you use promo code Westeros, you're going to get $5 off your ticket from the Recap and Record podcast. Savings on to you. So you can check out our friends at Fantasy Axe Throwing at their website and on Facebook and Instagram, fantasyaxethrowing.com. We'll have links on the screen and everything down below in the description for you to check out there. And of course, maybe if you're lucky, you'll catch Los and I there throwing axes. We've got our passes set up and reserved, so we're ready to go. You excited, man? I'm
excited. That's dope, man. I was like, dang, they got all the theme rooms. I'm like, yeah, that definitely takes it to a different experience. And then, so you could have your own little team black, team green party. You know what I'm saying? Go there and then, see who's really who's really on top.
And it's a BYOB establishment. They do sell light refreshments there and some snacks as well. Is family friendly. They like it to be 12 plus. So if you've got some younger ones, maybe in the teens there to start, but adults, families, parties, couples, date nights, make it happen.
We about to turn up,
dude. Fantasy Axe Throwing. I mean, yeah, it's great. So head to their website. You can see, click on the Book Now button. You can see all the available times, the rooms, and everything you need to get yourself booked and start throwing with our friends at Fantasy Axe Throwing.
Dope, real dope, man.
I wrote it down and came to this realization a little bit further in the episode. We'll get to it soon, but I kind of like this king. I'm starting to like the kid. I'm starting to like the kid.
No. Kill his ass.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay, fine. It's fine. But yeah, dude, Cole, like where it's like, and the step up to Erryk, the twin, the plan, like Cole's plan.
Oh my God. Yes. Right?
So, first of all, how dare you go start bullying this dude when you weren't even he asked, where were you? Everyone's asking where Cole's at.
Yeah, where were you?
And then he gets all testy because of course.
Where were you at, Lord Commander?
Right, exactly. And so this plan that he tricks him into, just why? Why do we think that this is this every episode now? Well, they secretly came in and killed one of our people, so we're gonna secretly go in and kill one of their people.
Yeah,
okay, great.
And it wasn't a good plan. It definitely was not a well thought out plan. And it's just the thing where it's the hypocrisy, Criston Cole's hypocrisy, and then it was kind of disgusting. And I was like, yeah, this guy has the nerve. I mean, but again, where I said they don't have their shit in order, because it's it's revealed in that conversation, because Sir Erryk with the A, he's like, why doesn't Helena have somebody guarding her? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then so he tried to flip it. He's like, well, yeah, your brother probably would have been her person. But it's no, bitch. Don't flip this on me, because you really weren't doing your job at all. You was getting your swerve on.
Yeah.
One, you're not even supposed to be you're not supposed to be having sex at all.
Right.
And then you was with the I don't know what they call her anymore. What's her title? Alicent's title, Queen Consulate or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, Alicent. Whatever. Yeah,
Alicent. Yeah.
It's and their whole him just standing outside the door now and just not going in. Have you told anybody? Come on, just
she knows that he cannot hold water. Because he feels a lot of guilt. She's like, yeah, I know you're a man of absolution. You don't like stuff on your conscience, so I know you liable to say something to somebody.
Yeah.
So you better keep your fucking mouth shut, bitch.
It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. So let's flip to Back of the Rock for a second. So once Rhaenyra gets news of what happened, all we need is a few looks from Mother Targaryen, and she knows exactly, like, everyone's like, well, it could have been this, or it could have been that, it could have been this, it could have been that, and Daemon.
Yeah, both teams are on like PR mode. Like they both running their PR campaigns.
It's just the looks back and forth between the two. I think there's a GIF I saw on Twitter, and it's literally a 10-second interaction of staring between the three of them at the table, like looking at the man, like, hello, what did you do?
Yeah, like, why are you being suspiciously quiet?
Come on, bro. And so of course, we get to private chambers, and we have the power struggle and the big blowout between Uncle and his wife. And so
that was probably the best domestic argument that I've ever seen on Game of Thrones ever. I mean, like that, like, no, for real, like that was a deep ass conversation. I was like, wow, that's what I'm saying. Like it might not have been a lot of killing, but there was a lot of action in that dialogue, because it's like, damn, we are poking at the wounds. You know what I'm saying? She said, and it was ironic as hell, because I wrote it down. I said, she says, you weaken my claim to the throne, and I was like, didn't I just say this last week? All of first season, you were weakening your own claim to the throne. Like, don't, like, you could try to put it on Daemon right now, but like, this is your MO. And he was like, do you think your dad chose you because of your wisdom and virtue? That's what he came. Did you think your father chose you for you? No, he used you as a tool to get back at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a buck. And I was like, yo, he ain't wrong.
Nope. No.
He's not wrong, but she's not wrong either, because nobody can trust his ass, man.
No, and that's what, and I wrote down too. They know they need each other if either one of them is ever going to sit on the Iron Throne again. Like, if they're not synced, and if they're not on the same page, and if they're separated, then it doesn't work, right? They need to be, at this point, a cohesive, acting as one type of thing in order to succeed and win this war. And so right now, and I think what obviously we're probably going to see in next episode is what happens when they're divided, right?
Yes.
Because Daemon's on his own path. He makes his own rules now. And so he rides off to someplace.
Harrenhal,
yes.
You gotta get that in order to get to the river run and stuff like that. But yeah, it was the quotes. It was just like, Rhaenyra said to Daemon, "Are you trying to use me as a tool to grasp at your stolen inheritance?"
Yes.
Oh. And then he flipped it. He's like, "Do you think no, your dad was using you as a tool to basically get back at me." And I was like, "Damn, they are just barring each other up." I was like, "Yo, they talking."
Right.
I mean, because Daemon should have been the rightful heir. Like, he really should have been, based off of, because it does go to it goes to your siblings before it goes to your kids. You know what I'm saying? If you have siblings.
Okay.
It does. You know what I mean? Second sons only get to be king if their brother dies. You know what I mean? Because, we've seen that with the Baratheons. You know what I mean? Robert to Stannis to, you know what I mean?
Right.
To the other boy, and then the Stannis. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so they both are making good points, but Daemon, you nobody can trust you, and that's the baseline of everything. And she's like, I looked at that as a challenge. Like, back when I was little, I looked at that as a challenge, but now I'm realizing, like, no, we can't do that. But see, this is the thing where this is why you probably shouldn't be, interbreeding, you know what I mean, with your family members. And this is the one thing, we haven't really seen this in Game of Thrones, where people already had their own, like, we don't see remarriages often. You know what I mean? In Game of Thrones, we seen it. Cersei played around with that a little bit with the Greyjoy guy.
Right.
But like, when these people have established families and they already have established lines of succession, and then now we're mixing it up.
Right.
It gets real muddy as to, like, who is the heir, who's not the heir, who should be here, who should not be there.
Right.
Because once Viserys named Rhaenyra, now Daemon is out. No matter what he does,
Right.
He's out. He's out as inheritance. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right. And even to that point exactly in this episode, we get Bela back in action, and just to even remember the fact that Damon is her father. And so
yes.
it's just like that, those contact, thank God for that, because I wouldn't have known that at all. Like, I mean, apologize. Like, the family tree is a little bit hard to keep track of.
Yeah, like we
And,
don't see that,
and
and
it's
that's why it's probably not recommended. Like, yeah.
right, right,
Divorce is not a thing. You gotta keep your
right,
people gotta die. Like, yeah,
right.
like
And who's her mother?
her mother was Lena.
Oh, that's right. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Lena.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
what.
right.
Yeah, that's she's a Valerian. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah,
But she's married to a Valerian because it would be her own. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too muddy. Because remember, they had the conversation. Because yeah, that's the thing about fathers. And because she was like, I think I hate my dad. And he was like, yeah,
right.
that's it's tough with fathers. And then so she's like, yeah, how was my uncle? How did? And he was like, oh man, yeah, man, Lenore, yeah, he
Right.
loved cake and he was nice or whatever. And
Right.
then she said, what about Harwin Strong? It was
E-
like. Which I think they're close enough. They have enough bond to
right.
they know the truth, but
Right.
also it's like
Right.
I'm not using this to dig at you, but like how did that make you feel? He's like, I
Yeah.
think he loved us. And she was
Yeah.
like, of course
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he did love them boys. He loved them boys.
That was hard for, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a real, it didn't, I didn't take that as a jab at all.
No,
I
no,
also,
no,
yeah, I
no.
think that was well, that came across well.
Yeah.
I like that interaction from them. And I
But
think, I
but
hope,
it's just too muddy. These family trees are getting too
yeah,
nasty and muddy.
yeah. And that's what, and Meg's, Meg's asked me if, Daenerys Targaryen was still alive in the show. And I
Oh,
said, sweetheart, she's not.
she has
It's three
she's not even
thousand.
thought
It's
of.
3,000
Yeah.
years. It's a whole thing. And she's like, oh, okay. I said, but the other hot chicks, they're still in the show
It's
for
two.
this
It's
season.
200 years. We're 200
200,
years
right?
prior. Yeah.
And
But still,
she,
yeah, she
it's
ain't even
just,
thought of yet.
I
Like,
just, yeah. So and she's like, well, who are the Targaryens? And I said,
oh, bless her heart.
I'm yeah,
Bless her heart. Oh,
I said, so maybe one day, when you're older, I'll tell you who they are.
yeah. When you're older, I'll
I'll
tell
try to
you
explain to
that
you,
Santa
but
Claus ain't real. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just,
Like,
oh my God. I was like, I can't handle the stress of trying to explain the family
yeah, it's
tree
too
to her
much. It's
right
too
now.
many. Too many. Too many.
So yeah, that's just, the power struggle between the two. And so we just kind of see, a little bit of pieces here and there of Rhaenyra's kind of comeback plan and what she's trying to do. Um, uh,
But you could tell the people that are on her side that have allegiance to her. They are frightened. They are
freaking
freaking
out,
out. They like, yo,
freaking
oh
out.
my god, like. None of this we don't know how to there's no way to really spin this, you know what I'm
No.
saying? Like that one dude, whatever, he was a lord of somebody,
Yep.
he was like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
what the
He was
what the
like,
fuck did
no.
I sign up for?
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. They're tweaking. They wanna. They're like, hey, dragons, let's go. Can we initiate a couple dragons, please?
Yeah.
But it's just the catch-22. She says in the thing, it's like you fight dragons with dragons, then we all burn. And it's
Yep.
like we can't just immediately do that.
Yeah, that's our nuke. That's our nuke.
Right,
We can't
right,
just go to the
right,
nuke. You know what I mean?
right.
I love how they like the dragons are like cars and like how he's like pulling out the driveway or pulling out the dragon leg. I was like, yeah, this is hot, yo.
Just
Like my
pulling
man just
up,
like,
dude. Oh yeah,
all right,
I
man, I'm
love it.
fucking out. I'm
Right,
out.
right, right. With his little fucking tail things just flapping in the wind. It's so fucking badass. It's so cool, dude. It's so cool.
I was like, my man was really pulling out the driveway with the
Right.
dragon like that.
Yeah,
The garage. He was pulling out the garage. Yeah.
I love it.
I did love it. I love it.
The only scene we got with Aemond,
Oh, ew.
this
Oh, yuck.
so this
Oh.
is this a mommy fetish?
Yes, that's what I
is this
put.
what's
That's what I
happening?
put.
Okay,
That's what I
okay.
put.
I'm glad I got that right.
That boy got
Okay.
some mommy issues,
Yep.
which I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why. Like he ain't have like his mother wasn't bad to him, but like he has a mommy fetish for sure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's like that's why we couldn't find you because you was with your mistress mommy.
Ugh, weird.
Ooh,
Weird.
really weird. and he's so frail and skinny. I was like,
Dude,
ew, this dude,
the
it looks
fucking the
disgusting.
like the Harry Potter image was going around on Twitter, and it was just like, bro, it's like you're kind of like, yeah, gross, like so
Yeah.
gross.
So yeah,
I
such a
I
effeminate
thought literally
physique.
when that scene started, I'm like, oh, we're in a brothel. Damon just went there
Yeah.
to cool off. I thought we were gonna find him there, like choking some chick out or something. But like, it's just Aemond is supposed to be the toughest guy
In a fetal position.
in the fetal position. Like, you have the biggest dragon. Like, obviously, it means you have the smallest penis. Like, clearly. Like,
Ah,
obviously,
they used
that's
to
this.
tease me. They
It
used to
just.
tease me.
Oh my God, that's what he said. And he's just crying to her. It's so weird. Like, ew,
Yeah.
dude. Ew.
The most vulnerability that we've ever seen from
Yeah.
Aemond. Yeah, I mean, and like he was really like, yeah, they used to tease me, like because I
It's.
was different, because I was, and then regretting killing Luke, with the Vagar and stuff like that, and like,
It's
so I'm like, oh
just.
snap, see, so everybody's not all in. Everybody's not all
Yeah.
in. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna be forced in
Yeah.
with some actions, but
Uh
like,
huh.
don't nobody really want this war to go down, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Uh,
not ready for it.
Did you what do you know what the significance of the scene of the sick child with the commoner in the middle of the episode, was that
So that was Hugh from episode 1.
okay.
That was the guy that requested some help.
Yes, right.
When I seen the inside the episode, his wife was at the funeral, when the funeral procession, whatever. But like, yeah, no, I guess I think it's just speaking to, like, although there's a war that's about to go down, like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this king and
Yeah.
whoever's in charge, they are not governing their people well. So like, and that's the thing. Otto is worried about the PR, which it is important, but also too, like, you still have to take care of your constituents. I mean,
Right,
you have to take
right.
care of your people, and so like, even it don't matter how much PR you have, if these people are starving,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And if you don't figure out how to, because yeah, the reason why is because Corliss has that blockade, you know what I'm saying, going on. So if you don't figure that out, they're not gonna be on your side anyway.
They're
You know what I
gonna be
mean?
at the door demanding answers, burning down your room. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, okay. So setting that. Okay, got it,
Yeah,
got
I
it,
think
got
that
it.
was just setting the scene of what
Right.
outside of the kingdom, how are people reacting to that?
And I can
They
only
like,
imagine when you fire your PR firm, your public image then probably goes down the drain with it. So, um, this is where I just wrote down, I love the king. I'm sorry, but I thought that his interaction with Otto explaining why that the rat keepers are hanging from the streets of the town.
yep.
It to me was just like such a badass move, and I don't know why. I thought it was
No,
great.
it's Joffrey. It's
I
it's too it's too Joffrey for me, man.
Yeah,
And I
yes,
hate and I hate Joffrey.
I know. I just
Joffrey killed my man Ned Stark, so I don't fuck
well,
with
yeah,
Joffrey.
that's true. That's true.
I don't fuck with it.
But I mean, it's.
You got to do what you got to
Do you,
do.
right? But like, I mean, what would you have done? Like, would you not have done the same goddamn thing? Like, if that was,
No, I don't know. Like at the same time, like again, you're fighting two wars here. You're
yeah,
fighting the war. It's your civil war or whatever. But then
yeah,
it's like, but you need public support. So like, you did all that. There was no point to put your son on display. You know what I'm saying? If you about to just turn around
right,
and do something else that like frightens the people. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
these are people that work for you. So now, no, who's gonna want to work for you?
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? They're not just gonna give you fealty and loyalty based off of the fear. Like,
True,
nah, they're not gonna want that. So
true.
yeah, that was interesting. But like, yeah, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. But like, that was not but it's funny how Criston Cole, like, again, he be meddling too many. Watch how you talk to the king. It's like, bitch, this is my grandson. Like, I wiped his ass. Like, I used to change his diapers. Nigga, don't talk
I,
to me like that. You a bitch. Like, you ain't even got no bitch for real. Like, you ain't
right,
got no wife or nothing. You don't got no
right.
family. You don't got no legacy. You out here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, and just the the well, at least Christian has a plan, At least Christian Cole has a plan, Grandpa,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just well, what
Did
the
you why didn't
fuck?
you talk to me? You know
What
what I
the
mean?
fuck did Christian Cole do? Like the same
Yeah.
thing we've all been asking for the last 10 weeks.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
just, it's a situation where it's he you I thought that was going to backfire. I mean, and it kind
Yeah.
of sort of did, but not, I guess, in his immediate favor. Because for again, for like what, the third time in his damn career as the Hand of the King, Otto Hightower's been fired.
Yes.
Like maybe we don't put that on the resume anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's like, we get a little, I don't know. He gets a little too antsy, I think, for some people. And I think obviously that's Lars's plan, of course. Like he planted the
Yeah, but
seed.
I thought Lars wanted to be the hand of the king.
Well, yeah, yeah.
And he gives it to Christian Cole. So now Kristen is free to smash Alicent. You know what I'm saying? Like without the guilt. You know what I'm saying?
And dude,
Without the virtue and the promise of like, oh, I'm supposed to be celibate. Now he can just raw dog that joint now. You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's
Like
just and the power that goes to his head that just doesn't, like, man, like, it's just sit down, dude. Go away. Like
yeah.
it's so like it's like people were sharing clips and like screenshots of like him in like season 1 and how like gushy he was with
Yeah.
Rhaenyra, like,
Yeah.
come sell cinnamon and oranges with me at the market and we can live a normal life. And it's like, like, kill yourself, please. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
It's
you didn't,
just,
you weren't, yeah, like it. 'Cause obviously, he doesn't come from like a big house or anything like that. So, like, and maybe he could fight, but he never wanted to be a knight. Maybe he was meant to be in high court. You know what I mean, as a
yeah.
lord or something like that. But it's like, yeah, bro, you chose the wrong profession to be thinking
He's
that you
just,
you about to be out here with the bitches. You know what I'm saying, like,
yeah, he's not good, man. I think he's like the most hated. Like, people are just, I think, counting down the moments, and I think it's going to be a very extremely viral moment in pop culture, probably at least on Twitter when he inevitably goes.
okay.
Um, but just I think real quick back at with Rhaenyra, did she? What do you think the
Oh,
plan with the White Worm letting her go and just kind of then I guess kind of taking us into the conclusion of the episode, yeah?
yeah, so when she meets with Massaria, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, it's the realization that, yo, this is the first time that she's really like having a conversation with Damon's old side piece. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like her uncle slash husband's old side piece.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, and she's reminding her, she's like, oh, you don't remember? Oh, you remember? Like, did she remind us, like, oh, you remember me now? And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh shit, you was the bitch that was supposed to be pregnant to my uncle."
Right.
And she was like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't with that stuff, whatever."
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, like, and I liked Rhaenyra's energy where she's like,
Yeah.
I ain't letting you go, like, I don't trust
Right.
you, like, you know what I mean. But she's like really like, yo, I just kind of got caught up in the wrong place, wrong time. I'm not gonna do you dirty. I'm not gonna do you
Her
dirty.
Yeah, her speech, her rant there, like just saying, like just going through her struggles, and then
Yeah,
like getting a house and riches and like building up all this shit, and then like Otto Hightower burned it all down, and like
yeah.
how all these men like just ruined her life. Like, why the fuck? Like, you're my only friend, I guess. So like, let's hang out, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just,
So she might end up being a role. Like, even though she let her go, I think we might see Massaria be like
yeah,
somewhat of
a
of
friend,
a
an ally.
yeah, like a consultant, yeah,
Yeah,
of some sort. But I feel like that's gonna make Damon weird. Like if he ever comes back,
yeah,
he's gonna be like, why are you trusting her? And it's like, well, because like he actually is a pretty solid woman, even though
right,
she got
right,
to get in where she fit in.
right.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, and
and
she's pretty solid.
yeah, and I think and as soon as they started talking, and as soon as they're like the last interaction, and maybe you can, if you can explain Like the whole like her asking where she got her scar. Like was that a rhetorical question? Do we know that? Did I miss
I
that?
well, I think that might have been like so and that's the thing. So, even though that was the best domestic little dispute, but like I've seen like argument, whatever, like Damon shows a lot of flashes of domestic violence. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like, you know what I'm
okay.
saying? So like I thought to be
That
like,
was like a
where'd you get that
stab at
scar? Like where it's like I
like
know Damon did that to you.
like Rhaenyra had right, 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 right,
Like,
right,
cause,
right,
cause
right,
he
right, right,
be,
right, 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 right,
I
right.
mean, maybe off camera, I mean, we haven't seen anything, but like, he be hitting, yeah, bro, he be fucking Rhaenyra up, bro, or
Yeah,
he definitely frightens her, cause
yeah,
like that was like, so many times he be like up in her face, like, remember the last season he almost choked her out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought, well, and I thought he was going to do it this episode. Like we thought,
Yeah.
like it would. I mean, he held it in, but obviously, yeah. Okay,
So
that
I
makes.
think when she asked her about the scar, I think it's to allude that like
Uh huh.
Damon did it,
Uh huh.
and then I think that's where she understood
Then
her,
start to feel bad.
and
So
she was
she
like,
let her go.
damn,
Yeah, yeah,
she let
yeah.
her
Okay,
go.
okay, okay, okay.
That's what I think.
So
But
then, in walks the twin, right?
oh my God. Yeah. So I know they're both it's the same name, but I really thought that they were pronouncing the A one Arik and Eric, but it's Erryk and Arryk. It's literally Eric and Eric. And I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God, why they
yeah.
do that? Whatever. But so yes, you got the yeah, and she peeped it. Now I don't think did she her seeing him, was she able to get word out? You know what I mean? Because it just seemed like
Yeah,
when Sir Eric came in, the Eric with an E,
yeah.
did he know his brother was in there, or did he happen to like did he hear the news
I
or
think so. My take on that scene was she noticed, she thought, but maybe she couldn't get to them in time. Maybe she did, and we'll see her like come back next episode, like right after that scene or something. But I'm going to assume my instinct was like when the one brother passed the bad brother and he was kind of like hiding in the doorway, like he kind of looked back like, dude, like twins have that thing, dude, like
yeah, yeah.
he like, and like back then they probably know their smell, like it's probably like a,
Mm.
like he knew, like I guarantee, like he showed up quick. Like he showed
Yeah,
up
he
quick.
did.
So
Yeah.
like I think he kind of caught on pretty quickly that his brother was there. I'm not sure what her role was in. It would seem like she was
Okay.
going to help, but again, that might be just the one answer we just need to wait for maybe next episode.
So I thought the clue to be able to tell them apart, I really thought it was gonna be Sir Eric with an A. I thought it was gonna be his dirty cloak. But like when I seen him walking the thing, his cloak was clean. And I was
Oh,
like, cause remember, like Kristen made a big deal about like him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they which I'm like, y'all should have kept like maybe he didn't change his cloak because he was mad at Sir Criston Cole. Like he's like, fuck him.
Yeah.
But like when he walks into the building, his cloak is clean. And I was like, oh, see, y'all should have kept it like so we could, because I could not, when they were fighting, I couldn't tell them apart.
Oh yeah, and
I was like, oh my
I was just
God.
and I was like, okay,
I don't
well,
even know who killed who.
right,
Like,
and that's why I was like, oh my god, they're just gonna let him go, and it's gonna be the wrong one, and then like they're gonna be a
yes.
spy or something, and then just is it a knight's honor that if your twin die, you have to?
Yeah, so I think the one that we wanted to win, like I think Rhaenyra's protector, I think he's the one that killed himself. I
Yeah.
think he killed his brother and then killed himself. Because like
Okay.
it would make no sense
Right.
if the guy coming to
Right.
murder Rhaenyra
Right. Right.
killed himself like
Right.
and didn't
Right.
finish the
Right.
job. So like
Got
that's
it.
my clue with that. But like that was
Yes.
so confusing. And I ain't gonna lie, like in inside the episode, they made this is supposed to be a big deal, like this battle between these twin knights.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit anticlimactic because I was like, all right, like we're not gonna get no like who's who? Who do I really like? It wasn't enough of that. It wasn't enough of it was just quick and then so it really was pointless. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was like it wasn't a well thought out plan because
And
all right, so a night for a night, like chess. All right,
sure. Yeah.
big deal.
And that
So
and
what?
it's like and does Rhaenyra not know how to fight? Like why does she not have like a blade or something nearby under her pillow to like fuck it, like you know what I mean? Like
No, they don't teach, like, remember, so when we think about even Game of Thrones, Arya Stark is the only girl that was interested in fighting. She's the only girl that taught her, like, kind of like, went about like trying to learn how to fight and stuff like that. These women, they don't learn combat at all.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
They don't, which you would think though, if you're going to be a ruler,
Yeah.
you have to learn how at least basic face-to-face combat, like, close quarter type stuff. Yeah, give me the dagger or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess you're right. No, that might. Okay. Okay. I thought just it was a Targaryen thing. I don't know. Maybe just with Daemon. That maybe like that he would have taught her at least or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So brother versus brother, a knight for a knight, a son for a son. Cool. Yeah, I guess that'll be it. I mean, Erryk was the first person I think to pledge his allegiance to Queen Rhaenyra, and yada yada, the whole full circle story. So
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like, but like, although it was intense because I was like, oh my God, they're gonna get, but like, it wasn't enough impending danger for me. Like, that's the only thing I would say about it. Like that's why I said this is anticlimactic, because it was like, all right, if y'all just gonna kill each other,
yeah,
what was the point? Like, that's not as big of a scene as I thought. And like she wasn't that close to danger. I mean, because then the other knight comes in,
he
so
just
like
shows up,
she at
right?
least. Yeah, she at least has somebody, and then that the cavalry is gonna come.
Right.
So I don't know. I just was like, that was cool. It was a cool scene, but like I feel
Yeah.
like they could have fleshed that out more. Like it almost happened too quick.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right.
Let,
Or at
let him
least
let him let him stay around, like, because he didn't really have to deceive anybody. Like, he had to like deceive one person. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
right. Like he could, yeah, like we could have gotten he could have wounded the good brother, and the bad brother could have taken Rhaenyra under the disguise of the good brother or something.
Exactly.
We could have had a lot of different situations throughout the castle there, but it was just stab, suicide. And so, yeah, I think little anticlimactic, but it is episode 2. Did you see any other notes there on
just at the end, Alicent says goodbye to daddy.
Oh yes, yeah. So Otto's fired. Obviously he can't stay. Like, he's
like, I ain't staying here.
Nah, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. And he mentioned her other son. He said, we got another son, Darren.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I forget this one.
Yeah, I will, if it's important, I'm sure we'll see him later.
Okay.
And did you also catch the other thing too? Like, she was just ready to have her full blown therapy session. Like,
oh yeah, he's like, no,
I sinned. Can I just tell you?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I tried to admit her sins.
Can you just understand? He's just been eating my pussy. It just feels real good. Okay, I just need to tell you about it.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want to fuck it. He's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And dude, hey, Mother of the Year award. The plaque's on the way. Mother of the Year award. You see your son crying. Obviously, he needs just a smidge, like, of attention, maybe a little pat on the back, or like, hey, dude, you okay? What's up? You all right? I'm your mom, remember? Like, no. I'm busy. My boo thing just got a promotion, so I'm gonna go.
So now I can do what I want to do with him.
I'm gonna go freak a leak over here for a few minutes. You keep crying in the corner, and I think your sister's off crying too. Why don't you guys go cry together? Hey, Elena, go find Elena over there. She's probably
turn up turn on some music or something so y'all don't hear us. You know what I mean? Yeah, and now you see that little foreplay that they had, like, where it's like you're not supposed to be here. Slap,
dude,
and I'm like,
dude, it's just like,
save it, girl, save it. You was not, like, I knew where it was headed. Like, don't act like
she's not.
I thought she was gonna get a backbone and be like, nah, we gotta stop this. But no,
I wish she would have. Dude.
Yeah, wish she would have for this guy. Like, come on, man.
It's one of those situations. Yeah, we have to have somebody we hate, and I think we've obviously have a few right now. So I think there's a trailer out for next week. I think it's only like a 50 seconds long.
That's what I'm saying. They're so confusing. I never know what to take.
Well, I think the one I saw this morning was like the events of next week's episode. it's basically Aemond and his brother at the table, like, okay, it's off to war. Like, let's go. Gear the dragons, gear the horses. And then we just see shots of Daemon taking Harrenhal and his dragon showing up there. Obviously, it's all dark and rainy.
Baela, you see Baela, I don't know what she about to do, but she seemed like she about to make some moves and whatever. So.
Yeah, and she's on her mission from Rey, and it's I think the beginning of the war.
Baela is not the one that was raised by Rhaenys, though, is it? That's not the one that was raised by the grandma. That's the one that stuck around. Because remember, like, she took one of the daughters and she was like raising the daughter.
Yes, and
I forget the other girl's name. Is it? Yeah, I forget the other one's name, but
I don't remember. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just more. I think action is coming. I think you know what I mean. The more the dragons are leaving the cages, you know what I mean. So we've got two or plus more now are flying out around there. And so I think in the trailer for next week there was a glimpse of a case of like 4 new eggs.
Yes, I did see that.
So
I also seen like it looked like some guys. It looked like just common guys, but from different houses. It looked like they was about to get into like a little fight. Like so maybe like, and I saw like a yellow banner. So I'm like that. I think that's Baratheon.
Okay.
And then it was like somebody with like a red something, whatever. So I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen here. But that's the one thing. They did say this season we are gonna get more of the other king. Like you're gonna see more of the other kingdoms and like what their roles play. And like they've been kind of touching on it. But like I would like to see more of like who is on whose side, because we do know that the Lannisters are with Green. And I think the Baratheons are with Green. But then we know the Starks are with are with Black, and then they're trying to get the Tullys, which is part of River Run. Because remember, River Run and the twins in the other house, they kind of share that area. They I guess they're with Black, but like I'm waiting to see where some of that kind of happens and goes.
And just kind of all the and in the interim and the battles and everything that'll unfold. I'm excited for next week. Any other notes, anything we missed? I think that pretty much covers everything that
that's what I think
I wrote down. I mean, not much from Aemond this week. I mean, Aemond and Criston Cole still, I think, just continue to be the hatred of the show. And that's all. And we can just wish for his demise. I just, I think it would be great if Alicent would like just poison him while they're having sex one of these times and just kind of just like stab him in the neck with like a poison.
Well, the one thing inside the episode I noticed and they revealed this is like, just with Criston Cole's frustration, he's only been in like the Lord commander of the Knights or the Watch or the the Kingsguard only for 5 days.
Okay.
So when you think about like his strength, and I was like, damn, what was his role prior to that? Like, what I mean? So like it's essentially when Aegon, this whole the dragon pit thing and all this is happening within a week.
Right. Okay.
All these deaths and all this and you gotta think that's crazy. This is a crazy ass week.
Right.
For both sides.
Right.
Right. So that's one thing to note. Like the tensions are high and because not a lot of time has passed. Like so
right. It feels longer for us because it's been 2 years plus weeks in between episodes. Okay. So wow. No.
In 5 days. I'm like, damn.
Right. He's on the job 5 days and he's talking to other dudes with that much authority. Like, first of all, step down. Second of all, you should be fired. And the third of all, you're just, God, what's he going to do as the hand of the king? Like what could Criston Cole possibly do to better help the people of, King's Landing? Like,
So we'll see, man.
Dude, listen, that's the end of the episode. As always, guys, join us down in the comments below on social media, Instagram. Watch out for those shorts. Watch out for those clips, our stories on Twitter, everything else. Join the conversation. We're constantly talking about this show on 280 Plus, at the Wad Pod, our perspective links everywhere. You guys know where to find them at this point. Until next time, my name's Levi. That's Los. Say bye to the people, buddy.
Peace, brother. Peace.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right, later.